If you've ever felt like you're just going through the motions, doing what everyone else is doing, living a life that doesn't feel like yours, then you need to hear this story. Because what I'm about to share isn't just about a penguin, it's about you. It's about me. It's about every single person who's ever wondered, is this really it? Hello everyone, I'm Mr. English Teacher, and welcome back to the channel. But today, we're not talking about grammar. We're not talking about vocabulary. Today, we're talking about something much deeper. Something that might actually change your life. So stay with me because this gets intense. The year is 2007. Antarctica, the endless white desert of ice. Werner Herzog, the legendary filmmaker, is there capturing one of the most haunting documentaries ever made. His camera is focused on a colony of emperor penguins, dozens of them, maybe hundreds, all moving in perfect unison, waddling in the same direction toward the ocean, toward food, toward survival. It's what they do. It's what they've always done. It's the algorithm of existence. Follow the group, stay safe, survive. But then something happens. Something that stops Herzog in his tracks. One penguin breaks formation. Just one. It stops. Stands still for a moment, as if asking itself a question no penguin should ever ask. And then it turns around. It turns its back on the ocean. It turns its back on the entire colony. And it starts walking in the opposite direction. Not toward food, not toward safety, toward the mountains, toward the vast frozen inland where nothing lives, where nothing survives, where there is no purpose, no logic, no reason to go. Herzog's voice narrates over the scene, haunted, confused. Even if we caught him and brought him back to the colony, he would immediately turn around and head back to the mountains. But why? The penguin doesn't hesitate, doesn't look back, just walks, alone, into the infinite white, into certain death. And the question that Herzog leaves us with, the question that has echoed through the internet for years, the question that made this penguin a symbol, an icon, a meme, is this: why? Now, before you click away thinking this is just some sad nature story, stay with me. Because this penguin, this one confused, rebellious, possibly insane penguin, is about to teach you the most important lesson about life, success, and purpose that you'll ever hear. And if you stick around until the end of this video, I promise you'll see yourself differently. You'll see your choices differently. You'll see your fear differently. So don't go anywhere. Let me ask you something. Right now, in your life, are you the penguin walking toward the ocean with everyone else? Or are you the one standing still, feeling that pull toward the mountains? Be honest, because most of us, if we're really honest, we're in the colony. We wake up at the same time every day. We take the same route to work or school. We scroll the same apps. We have the same conversations. We chase the same goals that society told us to chase. Get the degree, get the job, get the house, get married, retire, die. And we do it because everyone else is doing it, because it's safe, because the colony protects us, because being part of the group means we can't fail alone. But here's the thing. Deep down, somewhere in your chest, there's a voice. A quiet, persistent, annoying voice that keeps whispering, "Is this it? Is this really all there is? Is this my life, or am I just living someone else's script?" And most of the time, we silence that voice. We push it down. We scroll past it. We distract ourselves from it. Because listening to it is terrifying. Because turning around and walking toward your own mountains means leaving the safety of the colony. It means risking failure. It means facing judgment. It means possibly dying alone in the frozen wasteland of your own choices. And that's exactly why most people never do it. That's why most people stay in the colony their entire lives, wondering what could have been. But not everyone. Throughout history, the people we remember, the people who changed the world, the people who actually mattered, were the ones who turned around. They were the penguins who walked toward the mountains. Think about Vincent van Gogh. In his lifetime, he sold exactly one painting. One. He was rejected, mocked, called insane. He cut off his own ear. He lived in poverty. He died thinking he was a failure. But he didn't stop painting. He didn't rejoin the colony of normal artists doing what was popular. He walked toward his mountains, and today, over a century later, his starry night hangs in museums. His sunflowers sell for millions. His colours are immortal. The colony forgot him. History remembers him. Think about Marie Curie. When her husband died, she could have quit. She could have rejoined the colony of quiet, acceptable women in early 1900s Europe. But she didn't. She locked herself in her laboratory. Alone. Obsessed. Radioactive materials burning her hands, slowly killing her. And she discovered polonium and radium. She won not one, but 2 Nobel Prizes. The first woman ever. The colony said women couldn't do science. She walked toward the mountains anyway. Think about Steve Jobs. He was fired from Apple. The company he created kicked him out. He could have stayed fired, joined another safe tech company, lived a comfortable life in the colony. But he didn't. He started over. He built Pixar. He built Next. And when he came back to Apple, he didn't just return. He revolutionized the entire world. The iPhone you might be watching this on right now exists because one man refused to stay in the colony. And if you want a deeper example, think about Imam al-Ghazali. At the peak of his career, he was the most respected scholar in the Islamic world, teaching at the prestigious Nizamiya Madrasa in Baghdad. Fame, status, respect, everything the colony values. And he walked away from it all. He left. He spent years in solitude, in spiritual crisis, questioning everything. The colony called him crazy. But in that isolation, in that lonely walk toward his own mountains, he wrote Ihya Ulum al-Din, The Revival of the Religious Sciences, one of the most influential books in Islamic history. Centuries later, millions still read his words. The colony is forgotten. His mountains became eternal. Are you seeing the pattern here? Every single person who made a real impact, who lived a life that mattered, had to leave the colony at some point. They had to face the fear. They had to walk alone. And most of them didn't even know if they'd succeed. Van Gogh died broke. Curie died from radiation poisoning. Jobs was fired. Al-Ghazali was misunderstood. But they walked anyway. Now let's get back to the penguin. Here's what's fascinating. That penguin probably didn't make it. It probably died out there in the mountains. Alone. Cold. Lost. And yet, 17 years later, we're still talking about it. It became a symbol, an internet legend, the nihilist penguin, the rebel, the one who chose his own path even if it led to death. Because here's the brutal truth that no one wants to say out loud. Maybe success isn't the point. Maybe the point is the walk itself. Maybe the point is refusing to live a life that isn't yours just because it's safer. Think about it. Would you rather live a long, comfortable, forgettable life in the colony? Or would you rather walk toward your mountains, risk everything, and at least know that you tried? At least know that you were brave enough to listen to that voice inside you? Because here's what I've learned, and this might sting a bit. Comfort is the enemy of meaning. Safety is the graveyard of dreams. And the colony will never, ever cheer for you when you try to leave. They'll call you crazy. They'll say you're making a mistake. they'll tell you to come back. Not because they care about you, but because your leaving reminds them that they're too afraid to leave themselves. So if you're watching this right now and you feel stuck, if you feel like you're just going through the motions, if you wake up every day and wonder why nothing feels real anymore, I need you to ask yourself, what are your mountains? What is that thing inside you that keeps calling, that keeps whispering, that keeps demanding your attention? Is it a business idea you're too scared to start? Is it a skill you're too embarrassed to learn? Is it a person you're too afraid to talk to? Is it a country you're too comfortable to move to? Is it a version of yourself you're too insecure to become? What is it? And more importantly, what's stopping you from turning around and walking toward it? Is it fear of failure? Is it fear of judgment? Is it fear of being alone? Because let me tell you something that might set you free. You're going to die anyway. That's not morbid. That's just fact. Whether you stay in the colony or walk toward the mountains, the ending is the same. The only question is, what story will you tell yourself in those final moments? Will you say, at least I was safe? Or will you say, at least I tried? Now, I'm not saying quit your job tomorrow and run into the wilderness. I'm not saying burn your life down. I'm saying start walking, start small, start today. That voice inside you that's been whispering, start listening to it. That dream you've been postponing, start taking one step toward it. That fear that's been holding you back, start facing it. Because the colony will always be there. The safe path will always be there. But your mountains, they won't wait forever. And here's the beautiful paradox that no one tells you. When you start walking toward your mountains, when you leave the colony, you think you'll be alone. But you won't be. Because out there, in the cold, in the unknown, you'll find others. Other penguins who also turned around, other rebels, other dreamers, other people who refuse to live a borrowed life. And suddenly, you're not alone anymore. You're part of a different kind of colony, a colony of the brave, a colony of the authentic, a colony of people who chose their own mountains. So here's my challenge to you. After this video ends, don't just nod and move on. Don't just think that was interesting and go back to scrolling. I want you to do something. Take out your phone or a piece of paper and write down one thing. Just one. What is your mountain? What is that one thing you've been avoiding, postponing, fearing? Write it down, and then take one small step toward it today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today, send that message, make that call, start that project, book that ticket, have that conversation. Whatever it is, do one thing that moves you closer to your mountains. And if you do this, if you actually commit to this, come back to this video in 1 week and leave a comment telling me what happened. Tell me what your mountain is. Tell me what step you took, because I want to know. I want to see who's brave enough to turn around and walk. Before I go, let me leave you with this. That penguin in Herzog's documentary. It's been called the nihilist penguin. People say it walked toward meaninglessness, toward death, toward nothing. But I see it differently. I think that penguin walked toward freedom. I think it chose its own path, even if that path made no sense to anyone else. Even if that path led nowhere. Because choosing your own path, even the wrong one, is better than walking someone else's right one. So what will you choose? Will you stay in the colony, safe and comfortable and slowly dying inside? Or will you turn around, face your mountains, and walk? The choice is yours. It's always been yours. You just forgot. Thank you for watching. I'm Mr. English Teacher, and if this video moved you, if it challenged you, if it made you think differently, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Subscribe if you want more content that goes deeper than just language learning. Because life is short, the mountains are calling, and the colony will be fine without you. Now go, turn around, and walk.